All right, here we go. Here's our next lesson. Finding percent change, increase or decrease changes. Percent change and how to calculate. Percent change is really a way to describe how much as a percent something has increased or decreased. So either grown or lost is a good way to say that. So first thing you're going to do is calculate the amount of change and decide which number represents the original number, which is pretty easy, as you'll see in the next couple of slides. And then describe it as an increase or a decrease. Usually that's indicated with a plus sign or a minus sign. How you do this is not really difficult. First, you're going to find the amount of change. You're going to do a subtraction problem. Pretty simple. Grab a calculator. You're going to subtract 2 minus from, or new minus original. A lot of times this is the smaller minus the larger. There's a purpose for this because the sign is going to tell you the increase or decrease. Ta-da! Really easy. Write the answer over the from, or the original number, in a fraction, and be sure to keep your sign on that fraction. Keep your sign. Now you're going to divide the fraction, or do the calculation. Top minus divided by bottom, numerator divided by denominator, and make sure again you keep the sign on the problem. And lastly, you're going to make it a percent. So you're going to move the decimal twice, or just multiply your answer by 100. In the purposes that we look for, we're always going to use a 3 decimal place decimal. And then what you're going to do is keep the sign, because again, that's going to tell you whether you have an increase or a decrease. Sorry, yeah, I have 3 dogs in the house who want to attack the evil and invisible. So anyway, here's an example. I want to know the percent change from 82 to 38. So notice how I'm going to switch that around. This is the from, this is the to. The 2 minus the from is 38 minus 82. And when I do that, I get a negative 44. Keep the sign. Now I'm going to take that negative 44 and write it over the original number. The original number is always that beginning part, the from. So this sounds weird because a lot of times that original number might be smaller than the amount of change. A lot of times your percent change, something could grow 240%. You could also lose that much, which if you were doing that financially, you're screwed. Anyway, now I'm going to do the calculation. I'm going to divide in my calculator negative 44 divided by 82, and I'm going to get a negative 0.537 rounded. Make sure you are rounding to that last decimal place. So look at the number that comes out in your calculator. In this case, it was negative 0.5365. So 6 rounds to 7. Now I'm going to take that decimal, if I need to, and multiply it by 100. What I really just need to do is move that decimal 2 places, so behind the 53. I'm going to get negative 53.7%. Ta-da, done. It's a decrease of 57.3%. All right, what about this one? From 33 to 47. So the 2 minus the from is how I'm going to calculate the change. You can easily tell 47 minus 33 is positive. So I'm going to go ahead and put a plus sign on this, even though that seems silly. Again, keeping the sign tells us what it's going to look like in the end. I'm going to use the positive 14 divided by the original number, the from. It started at 33. I'm going to do that division, and I'm going to get a positive 0.424. Again, I rounded this answer. Now I'm going to calculate my percent change, or rewrite it, moving this decimal 2 places, and I'm going to get a positive 42.4%. So it's an increase of 42.4%. It went from 33 to 47, it got bigger. A lot of times it's in a word problem. I just pulled this part out because I didn't want to write the whole word problem. But the price increased from $58.50 to $76.30. Price gouging on toilet paper. I don't know. If you go to the store and you buy like a gigantic bundle, you can sell it on Amazon before you get caught for possibly some profit. So this person has changed the price from $76.30, or excuse me, from $58.50 to $76.30, an increase or a plus of $17.80. I'm gonna have to move this over. I'm gonna run out of room. Then I'm gonna calculate how much of an increase that is. Again, keeping that sign, 17.80 divided by the original price of $58.50. When I do that division, I get, again, keeping the sign, a positive 0.304. And when I remove the decimal or move the decimal over, I'm going to get a positive 30.4%. So what I just did is I sold my toilet paper for a 30.4% profit, or a 30.4% increase in price, or a 30.4% markup. Oh, wow. Look at me connecting it to that previous lesson.